titled, What is a Pyramid Scheme? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, my name is Michaela Jessen. So today's video is the start of a new series called Thrive. Okay, so it's going to be a value-based lessons on how to grow your network marketing business. You can use these lessons if you are in my business, if you're not in my business. I really just want to help everyone succeed. So I have asked Nathan Harawas here to help me with this series. He has a background of network marketing and he has built several network marketing businesses over the last 10 years. So now here is Nate and I will let him explain pyramid scheme.
Hey guys, welcome to the video. I was invited to do this video today by Michaela Jessen of the Happy Coffee channel. And she wanted me to do a quick little 10-minute long video about one of the number one objections people get in network marketing, and that's basically what is a pyramid scheme, or is this a pyramid scheme? And so we're going to cover the definitions of what a pyramid scheme is, talk a little bit in depth about that, the history of it, and so let's kind of dive right into this really quick. So I did make some notes so I can ramble off for hours about one subject, so I'm trying to stay on task. So we're going to get into where the name pyramid scheme actually came from, where its origins are. So in the 1920s, Charles Ponzi was an Italian swindler and con artist in the United States and Canada. He promised clients a 50% profit within 45 days or 100% profit within 90 days by buying discount and postal reply coupons in other countries and redeeming them for face value in the United States as a form of arbitrage. While this type of fraudulent investment scheme was not originally invented by Charles Ponzi, it became identified with him, and it's now referred to as the Ponzi scheme or the pyramid scheme. And his scheme basically ran for a little over a year before it collapsed. They say it collapsed in on itself, costing investors over $20 million. And it didn't really collapse. It was busted, because just like a free enterprise system or a capitalist society, as long as money's coming into it and putting oil on that cog, it's basically going to keep on running. So this thing would have been running for years if it would never have been busted. And so after that thing got shut down, after he was put in prison, you see the startup of the Federal Trade Commission regulating businesses and stuff, what's legal and what's not legal, which is totally a good thing. I'm not necessarily for like a ton of government, but at the same time, we kind of need that, people to kind of say what's right and what's wrong. So the Federal Trade Commission, they came out with a whole, and I'll put a link in the bio down below, basically letting you guys can kind of look up the legality of what a pyramid scheme is or isn't. But here's one of the four main things right here from the Federal Trade Commission, simplified in not a legality. I mean, everything on their websites is you need a lawyer to basically read it. But I kind of broke down four of the main ones. Number one is you cannot have a company that's money in exchange for money. There has to be a product or service that's being exchanged. So if there's just money in exchange for money, that's illegal. It's the form of gambling, so to speak. Which was very similar to the Ponzi scheme. He said there was a product, but there was actually no product. Number two, there can be no monthly auto ships to hold a position in a company. So that's really important. And then let's see here, number three is the most common one. According to the Federal Trade Commission, to be a legitimate business, the guy at the bottom has to have the same earning potential as the guy at the top. I always find that one kind of funny. Personally, this is just me. But I find it funny because the fact is, if you look at any Fortune 500 company out there, the guy at the bottom doesn't make any money. The guy at the top makes everything. More or less. He's working from paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy to me. But whatever. I can't even think of a business. If I were to ask you guys, can you tell me a business that didn't? Everybody at the bottom made the majority of the money. The guy at the top doesn't make any money. That doesn't make any sense. That's like us going into business together and saying, okay, whoever does the least amount of work gets paid the most. The business wouldn't work, obviously. Moving on. Number four, you make money off of the recruitment of other people. That is also illegal. There has to be a product. Look, let's say you get signed up at a network marketing company. Sure, you can have that initial thing, package that you buy, which is your business license, your insurance, and things like that, which makes you a legitimate business. For instance, like I know, like Amway has a starter pack I was reading about that's like, I think $50. And they have different like levels of starter packs. Basically, one has products or services involved, which you would make money off of the selling of those products and services. So you would get money from somebody signing up, but if they were buying a product or service, which makes it perfectly legal at that point. But if you were just getting money from somebody signing up and paying a bunch of money, that is illegal. So I think that makes sense. So I hear people all the time saying things out of context. Most of these people basically can't legally usually ever define, if I'm sitting down with them, they can't legally define what a pyramid scheme actually is, or a pyramid or whatever. Usually they'll just draw me a picture of a pyramid. I'm kind of joking, kind of. And most of the time, these are the people that got into network marketing, that quit, or they knew somebody that got into network marketing and quit that's trying to give them advice. That's like taking advice from your broke aunt or uncle or whomever, family member, which is kind of sad that we do that in society. But keep this in mind. A legal business that does things right, a business model works 100% of the time. The reason why businesses fail is because people quit. People fail, not businesses, people. And most of the time that's because people just give up. I mean, I think a lot of it's kind of taught in our society and in our school education system, because if you fail a test, you fail. There's no going back or coming back from that. Where in real life, you have to actually keep trying in business and learn from those mistakes. In fact, the most successful people in the world, the billionaires and millionaires, if you read any books on success, the number one thing they teach you is make as many mistakes as you can. And there's a way to avoid mistakes, but most of us don't learn that way, unfortunately. But you can go to somebody, let's say you want to start a successful franchise of Subway, let's say. You're not going to go to your broke aunt or uncle, which unfortunately that's what most of us do. But what you're going to do, or what you should do, is you're going to go find a successful franchise owner of not a Burger King, not a Taco Bell, but a Subway. And they're going to walk you through the steps of what to do, how to do it, all that kind of stuff. And depending on how successful you want to be, you should go find the most successful franchise owner that there is, and beat on their door until they let you, until they help you. And that's even what I did when I was younger, actually. Whether it was my construction company, whether it was my network marketing company, whatever, I modeled successful people. So, and I think Tony Robbins, and I made a lot of mistakes. Even though I modeled people, I still made a lot of mistakes, but I learned from those mistakes. I think Tony Robbins says it best. He says success is the result of good judgment, right? And good judgment is the result of experience, and experience is the result of bad judgment. So you have to make those mistakes, and you can't get that good experience, or you can't get the good judgment until you get that experience, but you can't get the experience without that bad judgment. You have to go out there and you have to make those mistakes. So keep that in mind. Just in general, in life and in business especially. So again, you never fail until you quit. All right, so if someone gets into a network marketing company, let's say you guys get into a new network marketing company that hasn't been around that long. It's silly when people say that it's a scam or whatever, even if it's old or if it's new, because anybody that starts a network marketing company, whether you're joining one or somebody starts one, they have certain guidelines they have to follow according to the Federal Trade Commission. And yes, sometimes those people don't follow the rules or the law, but that's no different than let's say getting your driver's license. Just because, if you get your driver's license, you have to take a driver's test, right? And you have certain rules and guidelines you have to follow. You have to stay on the right side of the road. You have to yield to the right of way. You can't drive drunk. And And so just because there are people that drive drunk and drive on the wrong side of the road and don't yield to the right of way, doesn't mean you don't get in your car and go to work tomorrow, right? So that's a really bad excuse to not get into network marketing or any business for that matter because of people that have, misrepresent the industry as a whole. Just such as you've, I'm sure, had a bad experience at a fast food place or Walmart, for instance, or Target. And just because those people misrepresent Target or Walmart, you still shop there, I can imagine, even though you've had a bad experience with them. And it doesn't necessarily make them a bad business model just because they don't represent the industry very well. I also sit down with people sometimes that also say that, well, this industry gets sued all the time. They have so many lawsuits that I can't even count and all that kind of stuff. So I actually wanted to pull up, and I did this years ago, but I started to pull up actually how often they actually get sued, who gets sued, and why they get sued. And then I started looking at actual companies that you and I both buy from on a daily basis and see how often normal companies get sued, like Walmart or Target or you name it. So yeah, let's dive into that a little bit. So I had a guy tell me one time that, Amway, I don't know, these companies get sued all the time. Amway got sued, and so I looked it up. Amway got sued by the Federal Trade Commission, actually, in the 1970s. And here's the funny thing. They won. And that was in a federal court. And the funny thing is, the federal judge was quoted saying, and I don't want to misquote this, federal judge stated that Amway should be the benchmark for all other network marketing companies. So they were the standard, the industry standard for a very long time. I think they still are. So I started looking a little bit more into Amway. Today, Amway has an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and they've consistently had a B+ to an A+ with the Better Business Bureau since 2000, since they came online as Quickstar and switched name back into Amway, and then quit doing the door-to-door sales thing back in 2000 or 99. Anyways, Amway now does over almost $1 billion in sales every single month. That's insanely impressive, considering the fact that they are privately held and completely debt-free. They actually own the Orlando Magics and the Amway Arena. Pretty impressive. They own Peter Island. They paid cash for this stuff. That's insane. So now let's look at the flip side of things. Not only I'm going to take Walmart as an example. They're horrendous. So I pulled this statistic off from 2000 because it had the most analytical data. It's actually worse now, but we'll just use this because it's still pretty bad. So let's look at Walmart on the flip side of things. In the year 2000, Walmart was sued 4,851 times. That's about once every 2 hours back in 2000. That's insane. Once every 2 hours. Can you imagine getting sued that much? I'd probably just give up. Amway has maintained a D to F- since 2000 with the Better Business Bureau. If you look Walmart up on the Better Business Bureau now, they, I think, have paid the Better Business Bureau to put this instead of a rating. Information on this company is being updated and no report is available at this time. That's been up there for over a year now. So I'm sure there is no report available. I've seen that Herbalife was sued as well. Kind of a silly lawsuit altogether. You guys can, maybe I'll leave a link if you guys want to read all of it. It's really ridiculous. Basically, they were forced to pay out $200 and some million, which I don't really get. Basically saying that offering people a better life for a part-time business. It sounded like a really shady lawsuit to me. I don't think that it had any merit. That's just my opinion. I read the whole thing all the way through, and it just didn't make any sense. So they basically were supposed to pay a bunch of people like hardly any money. So people were just basically playing victim, which is what people do in some situations. So that's pretty crazy. I know Amway had a couple more lawsuits in there, but really nothing too crazy. There was another one. this one was pretty crazy as well. 9 attorney generals sued New Skin, and guess what? They lost. The 9 attorney generals lost, and New Skin is still a company. But if you actually look at it as a statistic, if you own a Fortune 500 company or if you are part of a Fortune 500 company or any large corporation versus network marketing company, you are literally like 99% more likely to be sued at the number of lawsuits that you can read on here versus being in a network marketing company. So really those should be the pyramid schemes, right? Plus the guy at the top's making all the money and people down below are working from paycheck to paycheck. They're broke. So what the heck's going on? All the Fortune 500 companies should be the ones that are the pyramid schemes, right? The guy at the top making all the money, the guy at the bottom working from paycheck to paycheck. I mean, what's going on? It's crazy. I mean, how's it working out for you working at your 9-to-5 job? Seriously. And not only that, the Social Security Administration in 2006 had a little fun statistics on their website. It said 98% of all Americans are dead or broke by the age of 65. Then they go on to define those two things. Dead meaning deceased, obviously. Broke meaning that they're living off of friends, charity, or family. That's sad. 98%. That means 2% are financially successful. And the statistics only get worse as the time goes on. The problem is everybody's doing what everybody else is doing without questioning why they're doing it. So maybe you should stop doing what everybody else is doing and you probably find success pretty quickly. I will say this. In this industry, don't get too caught up on arguing with somebody. If you're sitting down with somebody face-to-face or over an online chat or messenger or whatever it may be at the time you're watching this video, don't get too caught up on trying to argue with someone. You can do your best to educate them, sure, but don't argue with them. Stupid is, stupid does, as Forrest Gump once said. One of the most valuable. Sorry, my phone almost died here. One of the most valuable things that I learned in my 10 years in this industry is that you basically can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but you also can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So, don't get too caught up on that. And I would highly, at this moment in time, and I'm going to put another link in the description down below, but I'd read these 3 books. When I work with people in network marketing, I make them read a couple of books, depending on where their level is, I guess, the mentality level, on business and success principles and how badly they want it. If people don't want it, I'd rather run with 10 people than drag 100. I mean, have you ever tried pushing somebody with a rope? It doesn't work very well. Anyways, so 3 books. Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World. That's a really awesome book. That's a really good book you guys should read. Either read that one first or last. It's your choice. These 2 have to be read in this order. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and after that, Robert Kiyosaki's the CashFlow Quadrant, which talks about network marketing. So those are 2 that I highly recommend. So in this, next time somebody says, "Is this a pyramid scheme to you?" You just remember that they do not have the adjudication to say that something is or isn't a pyramid scheme, and neither do I, and neither does anybody except for the Federal Trade Commission. So if there in fact is a company that's still operating and open for business and doing sales, they're not a pyramid scheme, unless they're currently under investigation. Then there might be that, but that's far and in between. So let's go ahead and take a look at who in the industry endorses network marketing. Now I have a list that's actually over 1,000 people long of millionaires and billionaires. However, the problem is that you probably wouldn't know half of these people. So I'm just going to make this list very short. So number 1 is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was a motivational speaker and success, kind of the guy that taught success principles for a lot of years. Then he got into network marketing himself, which was Herbalife. And he did that until he died. I think he died in like 2010, I think. Don't quote me. Number 2, which was Tony Robbins, which the guy I just mentioned a second ago, Jim Rohn, was actually Tony Robbins' mentor, which a lot of people don't know that. Tony Robbins just came out. You can actually search on YouTube or Google Tony Robbins on network marketing. He has a whole hour-long thing about network marketing and what a good industry it is for people as a new age type of business. Warren Buffett, of course, he purchased Pampered Chef. He's a billionaire investor. He actually was quoted saying this was one of his best investments he had ever made. Moving down the list, Bill Clinton was a huge advocate of network marketing during his presidency. I'm not sure how much I should really put him on my list right now. And Bill Gates as well. He also endorses network marketing. Anyways, moving on. There are a few things that I found on the Harvard website, Harvard's business website, things to look for when you're looking to get into network marketing. And yes, Harvard also promotes network marketing, as they also teach classes in social network marketing. Yes, you can take classes, a college study course on social network marketing. There's actually a lot of colleges that teach this. Number one, Harvard rules for network marketing. Number one, in business, if you're looking for a network marketing company, look for one that's been around for at least 18 months. Because that's usually when the Federal Trade Commission will investigate them for the first 18 or like 15 months to 24 months, roughly right in there, to make sure they're running things legally. Number two, 24. Oh no, I just skipped the line. Sorry. Number two, highly consumable product. So if you're looking for a company, that make sure they have a highly consumable products. They are not selling Kirby's vacuums door to door or Cutco knives. When you basically, that person's gonna have that Kirby until your grandkids kids are old, because those things do not break. Number three, highly exclusive product, a product that you cannot buy just everywhere off of the shelf. That would be silly. And number four is a tough one to find as I looked, but it is to find a company that is debt-free and privately held. Amway is one of those companies, and also, as I was looking into it, Elevate, this happy coffee, that Michaela sells, that I'm on her channel right now, they actually have a company that's also privately held and debt-free. That's pretty impressive, actually. I can make a whole video about why that's such a good thing, but I don't have time for that right now because I'm probably going to be over my 10 minutes. And here's a fun fact for you guys. The network, I pulled this statistic again because there was more information in the year that I pulled the statistic than there is now, even though the industry right now, the network marketing industry, is over a $200 billion industry right now, but I'm pulling this from 2015, just so you know. Just like I said, there was more information on it. So the network marketing and direct selling profession hit a new record high in 2015 with 183.7 billion in global sales. Roughly 73.4 billion, or roughly 40%, was paid directly to distributors via commissions. That's a lot. And to break that down even a little bit further for you guys to actually understand how much money that is, that's $6.1 billion every single month, and that's 201 million each and every single day. That's 365 days a year, yes, counting weekends, because this is not a job. And in fact, according to the U.S. Department of Labor and the Direct Selling Association, with the same time and effort, I am 5 times more likely to earn $100,000 in network marketing than I am in a 9-to-5 job. So that pretty much concludes my 10-minute video. I hope you guys liked it. Definitely hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and definitely, you guys have questions, drop them down below the video. And just remember this last thing, you guys. You don't fail at anything until you quit. I cannot say that enough. So anyways, hope you guys well, and hope to see you guys in the future. Thank you. And for those of you who stay tuned to the very end of the video, here's your moment of Zen.
I have decided that my job sucks, the economy sucks, and the only way things are going to get better is if I do something about it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to build a network marketing business.
What is network marketing?
A network marketing company allows you to build your own business by creating a group of distributors and customers that consume the products sold by the company.
That sounds like one of those pyramid things.
What do you mean by pyramid things?
One of those things where the only people that make lots of money are the people at the top.
You mean like the company you work for?
But don't you have to get in early to make any money?
Actually, in a good network marketing company, you can make more money than the people above you if you are more productive.
Are you sure it isn't a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
How are you so sure?
A pyramid scheme is where you make all of your money by recruiting others and there is no product or service being exchanged.
It still sounds like a pyramid scheme.
In a legitimate network marketing company, you make most or all of your money from people using the products.
It still sounds like a pyramid scheme.
In what way?
Because when you draw it out, it looks like a pyramid.
How is that relevant?
It just seems like a pyramid scheme.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the company you work for, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the church you go to, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the Girl Scouts, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
Are you understanding my point?
Yes. I had no idea there were so many pyramid schemes out there. Do you really think you can make money with your pyramid scheme?
According to the U.S. Department of Labor and the Direct Selling Association, with the same time and effort, I'm 5 times more likely to earn over $100,000 in network marketing than at my life-sucking job.
Yes. I hate my job too. That is why I play the lotto every day after work. 16, 22, 84 baby.
Maybe you should start your own business also instead of completely leaving your future to chance.
But I have heard people say negative things about network marketing.
Like who?
Like my brother-in-law.
Is he wealthy?
No.
Does he own his own business?
No.
Would you consider him a credible expert on the subject?
No.
Would you consider him a credible expert on any subject?
Not really. But why do some people say network marketing doesn't work?
For the same reason that some people think our government's Social Security program is sustainable. Total ignorance.
Are there any credible experts that support network marketing?
Have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki? The author of one of the top-selling financial books of all time?
No.
He is a big supporter of network marketing. He calls it the perfect business. Have you heard of Donald Trump?
Yes, he has funny hair.
He is also a big supporter of network marketing. Have you heard of Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of all time?
No.
He is also a supporter of network marketing.
And you think these people are more credible experts than my brother-in-law?
Yes.
I still think it sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Are you kidding me? Have you been listening to anything that I have said?
Yes, but I still think it is a pyramid scheme.
Can you please explain your argument?
I just think it is a pyramid scheme.
I think I'm going to leave now.
Wait. Aren't you going to try to recruit me?
No.
Why not?
I thought you said it was a pyramid scheme.
I did, but I think I want to join now.
I would rather shove thumbtacks into my eyes and walk into traffic than have an incompetent moron like you on my team.
Oh. Okay. Talk to you later then.
Not likely.